Hey everybody, I thought today we'd talk a little bit about practice, and this is one way I practice. So you'll see what's going on right now is a sped up version of a very quick sketch method that I use. There's a masterclass on YouTube, and they post videos of just photos of models, and you get a couple 1-minute poses, and then I think you get a 5 and a 10-minute pose. And so what I'm showing you today is 2 of those sessions that I've done sped up. So overall this is an hour of work, and I think it's interesting because as you look at these, you'll see that they improve as I go incrementally. Now this is one of the first ones that I ever did, this particular set of sketches, and then the next set that you'll see was actually quite a few months later, and you'll see that I'm always a little bit like it's very challenging in the beginning. A lot of times I don't get much of the figure. Those 1-minute poses are a real challenge for me. And then as I get further in, as I get more comfortable, and as I get a little bit more time, it's easier for me to get proportions right. I get a little bit looser with my lines. For me, they look a whole lot better. I find that I am also better at executing a figure after I've done a half hour of this practice. I can immediately go into another figure from a photo or from a combination of photos and really be able to execute it much better. And then I lose that again pretty quickly. And so, like, if I went back the next day, did this practice all over again, I'd be stiff to start out, and then I'd loosen up over time. It just seems to be the way that I am, and I think as you go through and you do more of these, if I were to do them every single day, I would probably get looser more quickly, and I'd be quicker about getting the gesture in. Gesture is something that I've been working on a lot. It's something you'll hear a lot from like fine artists mainly, people who talk about figure drawing, the importance of drawing from life, those types of things, which a lot of the fine artists are really big on. I don't think you have to do this. For me, the figure is really important. I just want to be accurate, and I want to be able to understand how they all fit together and be able to get to the point where I can build my own body positions without a completely accurate reference, and still make it look very much like the figure. You want to be able to get the motion down for the shapes that you're going to draw frequently. So, we talked last time about, drawing what you want to draw, no matter what your skill level. That there's no reason not to do the thing that you want to draw just because you can't execute it exactly perfect, right? I really do believe that practice is practice, and you'll get better at the things that you're interested in doing when you practice them. But for me, this is also another type of practice that is really important. I think, you don't necessarily get to the point where you can do everything perfectly. Trying to think how to put this. So it takes a while to get to the point where you can execute something potentially forever. I'm not sure any artist is ever like, this is precisely what I wanted to put on this page. But I think you get closer, right, to being able to execute what you're looking for. And so it just takes time and effort of whatever type of effort you're willing to put in, and different people are looking for a different result. So for me personally, I like to draw the figure, and I like to practice that a lot. We'll look at muscle groups and stuff like that. This is sort of a fine art type of way of addressing art. And there's certainly a lot of other methods that you can use, especially, if you're looking at anime. I do think if you're looking at doing stylized characters, it's good to know the structure of the body beforehand. Or during, right? Like, definitely practice that anime look and that caricature look, but also knowing how the body fits together is going to be really helpful with that. So following what your interests are and doing what you're passionate about right now doesn't mean you don't also have the option to practice in other ways too. These types of practices, and there are a ton of other practice options that you can get into, but this is one way that I've done it for quite a while, and I probably don't do it as much as I should, but I do recommend it, and I think it can yield really interesting results, and it really improves my ability to draw over time. So good luck, and if you choose to use any of these types of practices, I'd be really interested to know what you do.